Guys, welcome back. We're going to stick to section 4.1 today and working of parallelograms. But today I wanted to address a couple types of problems you're going to see in this section, all right, that you need to be prepared for. Okay, so yesterday we just worked on finding area of parallelograms, and area was equal to base times height, and we're still going to use that formula today. However, there's going to be a couple of new wrinkles to it. All right, so first of all, you'll notice that the background of my page is basically grid paper, okay? And the reason being is sometimes you might be given the area, you might be given a picture of a parallelogram, but you won't, there won't be an explicit label as to how long the base and the heights are. So let me draw a parallelogram for you. That was a little sloppy, but we're doing our best here. Okay, so you might be given a parallelogram over a grid like this, and they're not going to label the base and the height for you, like I said, but using the grid, you should be able to figure out how long they are. So in this case, let me count off the base. I could use this bottom base here or the top base. It doesn't matter which. Ignore the fact that this line isn't totally straight. I'm drawing it with my finger on a touchscreen once again. But we're just going to count boxes. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, the same thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So my base is going to be 8. All right. Let me redo that. 8. I'm not happy with that one. All right. Our base is 8, and then our height, we just got to count from the one base to the other. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll draw a line to show my height is 4. Now, we're not told if this is 4 inches, 4 feet, 4 meters. So what we're going to do, well, I'll show you at the very end. So as normal, we'll just plug in our numbers for base and height. So our base was 8. So area equals 8 times, and our height was 4. 8 times 4. All right, so our area, you guys should all be able to do 8 times 4 in your head, right, is 32. And because we're not given units, as in feet or inches or meters, we're just going to label this U for units squared. Okay? So whenever you're not given centimeters, meters, feet, and so on, miles, you're just going to use a U for units. And that, of course, is squared because it's still a measure of area, all the space inside this figure. Let's do another example here. Okay. So say here I have my parallelogram. All right, so let's count off this side. We'll say this is a sideways parallelogram, so we'll count this as the base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Once again, this one is 8. All right, but if I count the height here, 1, 2. All right, I'm just using that. So area is base times height. So in this case, we're going to do area equals 8 times 2. And we're going to get our area of 16 units squared. All right, so you guys should be very comfortable with this. It's the same formula we were using yesterday. It's just that now you have to count to figure out how long those two measures are, the base and the height. One other type of problem that we want to be able to do, all right, this one requires a little higher level thinking. Okay, so let's say I have a parallelogram like this. Okay. Sorry, I'm just counting boxes myself. All right. Again, a little sloppy, but you're going to have to forgive the finger on the touchscreen. All right. Ooh. Let's see. It's a little unclear. All right. Just want to make sure you know exactly where that corner is. Okay. So here we have our parallelogram. So our base, and they're the same, right? Be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 7 units. We're not sure what it is. Then our height, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'll draw a line here. Ooh, ugly line. All right, is 5. All right, fair enough. But say there's a rectangle right in the middle of it. All right, and that is a 3 by 1 rectangle. Okay. Now, you're going to see problems where they asked you to find the area of the shaded region. Okay, so let's say that everything in this parallelogram is shaded. Okay, except for the rectangle. All right, I'm going to do the best I can here to shade all this. Everything is shaded except for the rectangular 3 by 1 area, and they just want the area of the shaded region. All right, so what we have to do to figure that out is, first of all, we find the area of the overall parallelogram. All right, so in this case, I know I shaded over the height, but the height was 5, so we're going to do 7 times 5. We're going to get an area of 35 units squared. Fair enough, right? So this whole parallelogram is 35 units squared, but we only want the area of the shaded region, okay? That means we have to subtract out the unshaded region. All right. Now, the area of a rectangle is length times width. So in this case, we have a length of 3, a width of 1. So our rectangle is going to have an area of 3 units squared. That's the unshaded region. So what we do is we do the area of our shaded region, our whole parallelogram, minus the rectangle, which is the unshaded region, and we should get an area of 32 units squared. That is a measure of the area of this whole shaded region. Okay, you're going to have a couple questions like this on your classwork. So, review this video if you have to. Send me your questions, and I think you guys should end up being very comfortable with these types of problems after a little practice.